Imagine a soldier the size of an insect. The ultimate secret weapon.
Hey, true believers, ENGLENTINE here with a review of Ant-Man. The one that nobody suspected. I was surprised that we were getting an Ant-Man before a Wonder Woman. I'm serious. Marvel's got it going, you know. And they say, you know what, let's just throw it out there. If people like it, people like it. And I understand that. And so Ant-Man comes out, and it is fun, it is funny, and it tries so hard.
If you give godlike powers to everyone, it's going to be chaos.
So how do we stop him?
I know a guy. Scott, I've been watching you for a while.
And by trying so hard, I mean with the humor and everything. It's a funny film, and it fits, but at some point, it is almost like the guy with the lampshade on his head. I've never seen that, but you understand what I'm saying, I think, where, you know, it's just like, hey, see, I'm funny, ha, 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 ha. Mainly with the three sidekicks for Scott Lang. They are so slapstick, they stand out, not always in a good way. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're funny, but a lot of times it's just, which is kind of, I don't, as much as I do like it, that right there kind of gets in the way because Scott Lang in this movie is so freaking natural. I know it sounds weird about a guy who can shrink, but yeah, Paul Rudd is really natural with his comedic talents. And I can actually believe a lot of the stuff that happens here could happen in the real world because of that. I mean, when he gets his suit, he really does act like somebody who just discovered superpowers. There's no, okay, I automatically know this. I just love the way it begins because you can see he really is having a hard time. Shrinking would blow your freaking mind. Now, here is where I'm going to contradict myself as well. As much as I found the slapstick trio to be a little unrealistic, I also think that at some points in the movie, they're the best thing about the movie.
Absolutely. My days of breaking into places and stealing stuff are over. What do you want me to do?
I want you to break into a place and steal some stuff.
Makes sense.
Something else I got to give the movie props for is the way it layers Scott Lang. He is not just a crook. He's not just a smart guy. Sure, he's got an electrical engineering degree, as we find out, and so does Baskin-Robbins, because Baskin-Robbins always finds out. It's that he's also, he cares for his daughter. He wants to change. He finds himself in a position where he has to go back to a life of crime. See, he doesn't even think of other ways to go about it, just right back to the life of crime. He's not one of these MCU smartest guys in the world characters. There's actually layers to him, and he's not always making the right decisions. Also, we get to see early that he's physically adept because of the way he scales a fence, impressing the rest of his crew. And that makes it easier to believe when they start to train him in other physicalities, you know, the martial arts and such like that, and how to control the suit and such. And it's nice to see a hero that doesn't go from jerk to good guy. This guy is a good guy jerk and stays a good guy jerk all throughout the movie.
Are you ready to become the hero?
Now, the suit has power. You have to learn how to control it. And these are your greatest allies.
You're kind of cute.
One thing I was thinking that I thought it would be kind of cool, I knew they never would do, is during his training, when he's got to be near the ants, that he didn't get traumatized and have a fear of ants after this. I mean, he's got giant ants all over him. Sure, they're not giant, but to him, at that size, they are. But the way they handled it, it's pretty cool. And you got to admit, the special effects of him running by the ants really do look like a green screen.
When you're small, you have superhuman strength. You're like a bullet. So you need to know how to punch.
You want to show me how to punch? Show me how to punch.
That's how you punch.
Well, let's just throw all of what she just said out the window, because one of the coolest scenes in the movie is him running across the gun, and if he's weighing as much as a 200-pound man, that gun ain't staying up. There's a whole bunch of that stuff. At one point, he's on the shoulder of Pena, the little sidekick guy. And yeah, that would break his shoulder. But yeah, we ignore it because all of the science is out the window. Just enjoy the movie for what the movie is, and it's absolutely great. Or at least it's fun. This is definitely a leave your brain at the door kind of movie, but I think they should have left out a couple of lines, because they really do. As much as I contradict myself in this review right here, they contradict themselves up, down, left, right, and center all throughout this film.
You tried to hide your suit from me. Now it's gonna blow up in your face and destroy everyone you care about.
All right, they brought him up. Let's bring up the bad guy, because he needs to be talked about. He's one of the worst bad guys in the MCU. Now, does that affect my love of the movie? No, I like the Yellow Jacket suit, and I like the scenes with him. I think they're a lot of fun. I think they're exciting. And I really do like the way they were staged and choreographed. I love the final battle between Yellow Jacket and Ant-Man. I think it's personal. I think it is not one of these big, oh, we got to fight 1,000 nameless, faceless villains. And that's why I really like this movie. Now, why is the bad guy bad? Because he's looking for a shrink ray to sell to people when he's got this gun that turns people into little pink puddles. Not even big puddles, little itty bitty things. Why is he bothering with a shrink ray? He's got a $1 billion idea that works, and he offers to sell it to no one.
God, get out of there!
Did you think you could stop the future? You're just a thief!
No. I'm Ant-Man. I know. It wasn't my idea.
I admit, it worked on me. When he's like, hey, that warehouse, it's the Avengers thing in their little hideout, whatever, headquarters. I loved that. And then it was the Falcon. And I was thinking, okay, I can see this, because you're not going to want Ant-Man to beat up on Captain America. He couldn't, but yeah, it would just not come off right. Yeah, but Falcon, he can beat him up and nobody would lose sleep over it. And I enjoyed the fight. I enjoyed the fact that both of them were competent, that he didn't really beat the Falcon. He just got away from the Falcon. I guess that's a form of beating, of course. You could have him humiliated, and if he was beaten, he would have Ant-Man would have been captured. But I just love the way they handled this scene. I like the fact that we saw Falcon use his vision powers. Yeah, it just was entertaining, this whole thing. And, yep, my favorite scene is everybody else's favorite scene. I'm sorry, that was really well done. Whoever thought of that, that was awesome. Now, they did the trick where they're showing exactly how small their battle is compared to the rest of the world, yet it's so dramatic when they're next to each other. And this highlighted it perfectly. It was so much fun to watch this last battle, plus the stakes were personal. I think a lot of times superhero movies forget to make the stakes personal, and it loses something. To sum all of this up, I was surprised at how much I liked watching this. Now, I'm watching them back to back, all of the Marvel movies, doing these reviews, and just getting ready for the Avengers. And it's kind of fun because I'm finding out that some of my favorite movies aren't as favorite as I thought. And some of the ones like Ant-Man, which I passed off as, it's a nice little film, is one of my favorite movies. I watched this and I realized they did the characters right. They did the heist right. They did the action scenes. You feel for the characters because, once again, they make it more personal. I really did enjoy this movie. And if you had asked me before I did this rewatching where it would stand, it would probably be closer to the back end than the front end. But now after I saw it again, yeah, it might be higher on the list than I first imagined. I've got to look at the others before I make a decision on that. But as a matter of fact, here you go. Let's rank it. At number 12, we have Iron Man number 2. Number 11 is Thor: The Dark World. And number 10 is Avengers: The Age of Ultron. At number 9, we have The Incredible Hulk. At number 8 is Thor. The first movie, of course. At number 7 is Guardians of the Galaxy, the first movie. Ant-Man debuts at number 6. One that started it all, Iron Man, is at number 5. The first Avengers movie stays at number 4. At number 3 is Iron Man 3. And the runner-up at number 2 is Captain America, the First Avenger. And the sequel, The Winter Soldier, is number 1, the best movie Marvel has put out so far, in my opinion. But that's just my opinion. What is yours? What did you think of the Ant-Man movie? Did you like it? Hate it? Were you indifferent? Like I said before, I thought it was kind of eh. But in this rewatching, when I'm watching them back to back, it really does stack up pretty well. Anyway, put it down in the comments below what you think and feel. Also, if you like this video, you want to see more, you know the drill. Click like, share to get the word out about the channel, and don't forget to hit subscribe and notifications if you haven't already done that. You want to be notified because cool things happen around these parts, especially every Saturday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time when we have Comic Book Thunderdome, putting two geeks up against each other to argue and debate all those arguments and debates we hear in any comic book forum or in any comic book shop. Also, this is a way I make a living, so if you don't mind helping out the channel and helping me to make better videos and get better equipment and software to make better videos, go on over to Patreon, drop $1 in the till. I'd like to thank everybody who's already done that, and to everyone, all of the true believers out there, thank you very, very much for watching.